Good morning. It is January in Ohio.
It is.
I can see my breath, and it's cold. This is Sean. He's a good friend that we met at Sun and Fun, and then you guys have seen in a previous video when we were here when it was not cold.
We do have the seasons here in Ohio, yes.
Dude, I'm cold.
It's cold. It is 23 degrees.
We came up here because Sean offered to help me build my Kitfox and finish it because apparently running a business and having kids is too much for me to handle this. And Sean has built some incredible airplanes. You guys have seen a little bit of the work we did last time I was here, but we're gonna go check in with what's been done since I was back and try to start attacking some projects over the next couple of weeks here.
What is this?
It's cold, man. It's winter. It's winter in Ohio. It's normal.
All right. Ooh, we got a glass star in here, sportsman.
My passion my whole life has been airplanes, so the only thing I ever wanted to do was fly airplanes. Grew up flying model airplanes. I fly airplanes for a living. Kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to that stuff. Well, I always had the idea that I wanted to build a full-size airplane. Kind of got burned out with the model airplane stuff, so I sold a bunch of that stuff and jumped in with both feet to building a full-size airplane. First airplane I built was a Sonic's Aircraft YX. I knew that was a relatively inexpensive way to decide if I could see a project of that size through to the end, and kind of found out that I liked it. Flew that airplane for about a year and then sold it, and I bought a Just Aircraft Highlander kit. That was pretty cool. Kind of what led me to this, how Eric and I got to know each other. I was standing down at the ultralight runway, I guess they call it, talking to Steve Henry, who's a Highlander guru, and it was Monday, I think it was, at Sun and Fun, first day of the show, so it was not much going on. The crowd was pretty small yet. And Eric comes walking by, and obviously him and Steve already knew each other, and I'd never met Eric before, but somehow he got on the topic of, hey, I got this Kitfox, and I don't have time. I need to find somebody to cover it. They had their conversation, and he went on his way. It didn't occur to me till after I got home from Sun and Fun that I was like, I've always wanted to learn how to fly paramotors. Been watching all the paramotor YouTube videos and whatever for probably, the last 8 to maybe 10 years, and just never, I don't know why, just never made it a priority to go to training, and I've been wanting to do it forever. So when I got home, I thought, I wonder if he'd be interested in doing some trading for some fabric work, and maybe I could work a way to go to school to paramotor training. And the heck, what have I got to lose? I'll see if he's interested. So sent him a message and talked a little bit, and then got together up here, and we've kind of become friends ever since. So here we are, covering this Kitfox.
I feel like I should change my N number to end in Hotel Papa so you actually know how to call it out when you fly. Oh, yeah. Man. She's still looking burly.
Trying to get ready to cover, so I put these stringers on. This is the stuff we had to order from Kitfox, so the original ones were wood, and they don't do those anymore, so put these aluminum ones on down the side and on the bottom.
I think this cost as much to ship as it cost to pay for them.
I could order this aluminum from Spruce, but it was way more expensive to ship than the aluminum actually costs, and so that's why I asked the guys at Kitfox, I'm like, do you guys have that? Because if we're ordering this elevator, can we just have it all shipped at the same time rather than pay for the shipping
Do we go with the bigger rudder also, or just the bigger elevator?
No, just the elevator. So the elevator is... So they increase the size of the elevator just a little bit.
And you don't have any broken parts, but I can varnish these.
There is some varnishing that needs to be done, so I thought...
I'm good at that. It's one of the few things I'm good at.
But I think the best plan is to do that right before we're done for the day, because then it can dry overnight. We should plan that accordingly, and then...
The thing I'm most impressed with is you have an entire flapper on.
One side of one.
Without with that damn plastic. I swear we spent hours on that.
It doesn't come off. It just, I showed you that. Right?
Kitfox, if you're watching this, please stop coating these things because it doesn't come off.
No, the aluminum comes that way. It's coated for protection. The problem is don't wait 20 years to take it off.
Well, it's not been 20 years. It's been 30 years.
30,
it was
yeah,
92
sorry, yeah. 94 I thought was it 2 or 4?
Oh yeah, 94. So
94 I
years,
think was
28 years later.
Yeah, don't wait 28 years to take the protective plastic off for sure, because it doesn't come off.
But it looks beautiful, and then
once you get it off, it's good. But
have the tires been staying inflated?
No. I pump them up, but when we pull the gear off, I'll go through all that stuff. So. I want to pull the engine, I want to pull the gear, so I can put it on. I have a rotisserie over there, like the wings are on.
Well, that's gonna be the big
thing. Put the fuselage
thing
on, so I
getting
can
this thing covered.
Yeah, the rudder is pretty much ready. The problem with it, I think, is that if you didn't use a 2-part epoxy varnish,
which we didn't.
Right, so the solvent in the fabric glue will eat this varnish. So I sanded the edges of this off. So we'll
use the 2-part.
We'll do the 2-part here, which is the same thing I did in the wing. I sanded all the varnish off the rib cap strips and did the 2-part on there, so wherever the glue would touch the wood has the 2-part stuff. So it's fine, it's all sealed up, and a lot of people use this, but I think it's better to use the 2-part stuff.
What do you think? You think we can get like a new design? Talk to Mike Patey and see if we can do some cool control surface inputs.
This is secret stuff. Don't be talking about it. So anyway, we need to varnish these, and then we got a little bit of where I sanded through the. Yeah. We got a little bit of touching up. The new elevator kit came with new trim tab and all the stuff to build it. I don't see any reason to spend the time on doing that.
Swap it over.
We just transfer this one to that one. I think we'll do that in the servo.
Well, let's get to work. It looks good though. The struts look amazing.
So I took those over to the local powder coating place. So they sandblasted and then powder coated everything. Those were pretty rusty. I mean, you remember.
Let me know what I do.
Well, I haven't been.
I'm bad at receipts.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know if you wanted it. And
no,
I haven't been like, I couldn't sandblast it and paint it myself for that. And
the size of an oven that they have to have for that.
Right, yeah.
That's a car size oven. But now you know
but at least it's
protected.
Corrosion protected versus what it was.
Dude, these wings look freaking amazing. Dude, your tape work is so nice. This is how Sean and I met. Was the whole idea was he was gonna help me cover and.
Yeah, this started as a covering project.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite ready to cover when it got here, so.
This just looks sensational. Did you already seal the tanks and test them?
It's all done, yeah.
Wow.
So.
I mean, the tape work. So my Cub certified airplane didn't have tape work that looked anywhere near this nice. Like.
It's not that hard. It's just spend the extra time drawing the lines, and it's can you color inside the lines pretty much. So these are the newer Kitfox tanks, the ones that are the
ethanol allowed. Supposedly.
Yeah, so they change their resin or whatever, so the ethanol or the whatever chemicals are in auto gas these days doesn't eat the fiberglass. They got a whole procedure on sloshing them and washing all the garbage out of them, and then I had to glue them in and mount all those flapper-on brackets, drilling all the holes to mount the tips before they were ready to cover.
This is awesome, man. I'm so impressed, like genuinely.
And again, trying to use that smooth cowl like you want. I agree, I like the way it looks, but I can promise you that prop is not in the location it needs to be.
Yeah, it's way too high.
It's way too high. The airplane was originally designed around like a Rotax 582, which has a gearbox on it. It does move the prop. That's the round cowling.
Has the spacing for it.
Big giant opening in the front of it, so the prop can go anywhere in there, which is why I was telling you, if you want to run this engine, I'd probably do the round cowling because
they're just so ugly.
I don't disagree with you. But my point is you could probably get away with it on this because it would probably fit in that opening.
I don't even think it would, honestly, because if you look at the round cowl comes off and drops. I think that the round, I mean, I've had 582s, I've had 503s. Right. The Kitfox one I used to fly had a 503 in it with a round cowl. And the gearbox is this big. It's not a 3,
Yeah, without having one, I don't know.
Well, let's uncomplicate it. Let's take this off for now and figure out where we go from there. I hate to, because all the work that went into this and how great the people are at Viking. Like they've been amazing, and I want to run the engine because there's so much potential with adding a turbo and that kind of thing to it. But for ease of use and for the safety of getting it flying, I can't argue that using an aircraft engine that's designed for the airplane, and particularly because we're already having trouble sourcing parts. We're already a year out to get parts from Kitfox. I can't just chop up a cowling and then switch later. It's
Yeah, it's not easy.
All right, well, let's get to work. Let's pull the engine off and work on the cables with the paper and varnish the elevator and remove the dadgum plastic from the flapper-ons. second coat, so it's went on a little thinner and a little bit faster.
So if you want to go play around in an airplane for a few minutes, and we'll give this some time, we can do the first shrink on this when we get back before you go if you want.
You talked me into it, I guess. We have to go play with the airplane. It's a hard life, guys, but we've got to do it.
Do you know what model this is? 750. That's the one I want for my RV, but they're very expensive. Yes. What's the beeping? AOA. Gotcha. Jesus, she climbs like a bat out of hell. Approaching at 70? I'm way fast still. If I'm actually trying to land short, I'm about 50 to 55. Damn, she's got some brakes in it. That's awesome.
What's the name of this airport?
The Troy Sky Park.
The Troy Sky Park.
Yeah, it used to be public, but it's private now. Gotta make a good landing because Eric said his was better than mine. I wasn't really trying to make a smooth one though.
Well, don't let him tell you about the one in Sebastian. Oh my goodness. That dude in the RV was crow hopping. Just boom, boom,
Oh, really?
boom, boom. Couldn't get it on the ground. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he almost got it.
Get to rip around a little bit in the airplane, come back, get back to work.
That won't
Got
work.
things to do.
You got to put a piece of fabric over that to calibrate
So now I
it.
got to calibrate the calibrations. 230, 228.
Depending on where you hold the, yeah, there's 250. So
249.
it's just, it doesn't read off of that shiny
Interesting.
iron. So
All right, let's do it.
this is the moment you've been waiting for, shrinking fabric.
Shrink the fabric.
I just take the iron and basically sit it here. So, and I do this in a couple different spots, and you'll see the fabric kind of pull tight, and when it quits, see you got a spot
Yep.
that's shrunk here, and I just take it and go right down the middle in a couple places like that, just to start drawing it all in evenly.
Oh gosh, it feels so different.
Yeah, one more time, or maybe two more times up there.
It's crazy what a difference the fabric feels.
Yeah. Go vertical or horizontal, your choice, and just take the iron and go nice and slow one direction, and then we'll go slower. Yeah, give it a chance to shrink as you go by. So overlap your.
Okay, so like 50-50 it?
Yeah, you really want to make sure you get all of it nice and slow, and then just go up to the next one. And
So can you like if I leave this sit for too long? Not really.
no, because it's 250. We're going to go to 320 or something before it's over with. So the fabric is only going to shrink so much at 250, and then you got to go hotter for it to shrink more. So you could leave that sit on there at 250. It's not going to go through. That's it, man. Pretty exciting.
Pretty thrilling, guys.
It is kind of satisfying though after you go to all the 2 to 3 hours or whatever it took to glue that piece on.
Yeah, it's definitely satisfying to see it done-ish.
Yeah.